The final Titan shifter, the WarHammer Titan. Did Attack on Titan save the strongest and possibly the best Titan for last? What's up guys, Foxen here. You got a taste of my in-depth look at Eren's Attack Titan, the mysterious Founding Titan, the War Chief Princess Snatching Beast Titan, the 60-meter Colossal Titan, and even the extra thick Beyond Colossal Titan. But how about the Titan best suited for combat? Or would that be construction? You got the WarHammer Titan who's ready to join the Avengers. You know, since Thanos made sure to leave a few spots open. So be sure to use your own WarHammer, smash on that thumbs up, ring that bell so YouTube actually sends you my videos, or at least increases the chances. By the way, today's anime video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. If only there was a Dragon Titan. Raid Shadow Legends is a brand new RPG game. It's out right now for your smartphone and it's totally free. I got to like level 23 in the first day. Raid has amazing 3D graphics and awesome storyline. I'm loving the voice work, by the way. Colossal boss battles, some PvP action, and 400 plus champions you could collect, then further customize. And I'm just freaking loving these champions, especially love the elf variety. Raid has nearly 10 million players worldwide that downloaded the game in just the past 3 months. On top of that, Raid has a nearly perfect score on the Play Store. So, ready to join the fun? Go in the description, tap the link, then download Raid using my specific link. You get 50k silver and the free epic champion to start your adventure. You're gonna be a top adventurer just like Kazuma. Right now you can take advantage of the new rewards program for new players. This means you get a juicy login reward for the first 90 days in-game. So click the link, check it out, and make your day 200% better. Anyway, let's talk WarHammer Titan. The name of the 9th final Titan, also known as the Full Crystal Alchemist Titan. Cause really, the WarHammer Titan would even make frigging Edward blush. Turns out that the one controlling the final Titan was not Willy Tiber, but his sister. This would make the Tiber Lady the 5th female to control a Titan shifter. That includes Annie as a female Titan, Frida Reyes as the Founding Titan, YMIR as the Jealous Titan, and the current Cart Titan holder. Appearance-wise, this thing looks quite eerie, perhaps even creepy. The WarHammer Titan's most unique feature definitely comes from its head game. So go ahead and post down below, do you like the design of this final Titan? Do you think it looks scary, or just weird looking? At the time of the WarHammer Titan being revealed, it really felt like some fans were split. Some of you were getting goosebumps from its beautiful face, while others were calling it a lazy design. Part of this might have been just due to the hype. And I know, it's not the same thing, but it always made me think of something like this Executioner mask. And actually, if you look at Isayama's rough draft of the WarHammer Titan, you may get a sense of this too. As for the WarHammer Titan body, it really does have this regular Titan look, which should be either white or skin colored. It's actually almost funny how the most identical body just happens to be Eren's Attack Titan, at least from the Titan shifters. This really goes back to what I mentioned about how a Titan shifter's body not being all that special, or even that much stronger compared to monolith Titans you all know and love. It really all just comes down to their special ability that sets them apart. Notably for the WarHammer Titan, male or female user doesn't matter. Like all the other Titans, no gender on this body. Ymir-chan said no. In case you're wondering about the size, it actually hasn't been officially given, but it appears to be the same height as Eren's Attack Titan. In other words, another 15 meters for the WarHammer Titan. Let's also not forget about the Titan transformation, which is actually something unique for the WarHammer Titan. The WarHammer Titan is the only Titan known to go into Titan transformation mode from the legs up. Eren actually noticed this before the start of their Titan on Titan action. In fact, it's what tipped Eren off to going not for the head, but for the dangly bits. Next up, the WarHammer Titan's special abilities. Naturally, the first thing you think of is a Titan Crystal ability. Only this time it's on freaking steroids. Let's be real, this Titan is almost like the Fullmetal Alchemist for Titan Crystal. The WarHammer Titan is fully capable of bending this Titan Crystal to create various weapons, or even standalone structures. For the weapons, naturally you have an actual WarHammer created, although definitely not the Thor type of hammer that a lot of you expected. If anything, this looks more like a long-ass mallet. Then a claw weapon. This was briefly seen created to destroy some nearby buildings. The one weapon that definitely stood out was the crossbow. This does make the WarHammer Titan one of the few Titans with range capabilities. Yeah, just don't tell the WarHammer Titan about the Beast Titan's throw. The WarHammer Titan weapon creation actually reminded me a lot of Isley from Claymore. Too bad you didn't get to see his true form in the anime. As for the other Warhammer Titan structures, you got this giant ass pillar that pierced and hung Eren's attack titan like a freaking Christmas star. You also had the Warhammer Titan creating various spikes on the ground. These in fact gave me this feeling of some thorns, almost as if this Warhammer Titan was converting the very environment into weapons or artifacts for its usage. Later, the Warhammer Titan ability was used to create even more spikes from the Titan's back, and even to spam several of those pillars into the surrounding radius. That is overpowered. Next Warhammer Titan special ability, Titan Crystal, but in a different form. You actually had the Tiber Lady remote controlling the Warhammer Titan from the outside. Mrs. Tiber was actually connected via this Titan flesh underground. The Titan sister was actually encased in Titan Crystal herself. Notably, she was still conscious. This Titan Crystal actually resembles Annie's Titan Crystal at the end of Season 1 very closely. Who knows, perhaps Annie could train herself to do something similar. I believe in you, Blondie. Next up, that massive Titan regeneration ability. Being controlled from the outside almost gives this Warhammer Titan this practically unlimited regeneration ability. Even Eren's head would scream out in jealousy. I mean, you had the Warhammer Titan get his head blown off by Mikasa, but just a few adjustments later, good as new. The Warhammer Titan almost seems to have this naturally passive healing ability. Next Warhammer Titan ability, but in human form. Is it actually possible to use the Titan Crystal while in human? There's been 2 hints at this. The first naturally is the Crystal Tiber sister being conscious while encased in crystal. Then number 2, which was actually Eren using the Warhammer Titan power to escape jail. Sure, Eren could have gone Titan mode to escape that easily, but then that would have meant busting the jail cell, and also the building. Much like the time that Eren used the Founding Titan power in human form, something similar should be possible for the Warhammer Titan Crystal. On that note, could this be another special ability? The Warhammer Titan being underground capable. Eren used a Warhammer Titan power possibly in human form to escape from jail. Yelena later suggested that Eren used the Warhammer Titan power to escape underground. Then you go to the very obvious point of the Warhammer Titan Crystal being located underground. So, could it be? You do have the Jaws Titan that excels in this forest area. On the flip side, you have the Warhammer Titan being the most capable underground. Diglett, move over. As for other Titan abilities, you do have multiple Titan transformations for the Warhammer Titan. The most obvious one is that freaking big ass tree. This actually looks like it could have been a second Titan transformation, partial Warhammer transformation, or even just the original Titan transforming then getting super hard, which actually would have been similar to what Eren had done in the past, you know, getting his Titan hard to plug up the walls. In this form, do notice that bone structure on the back. It looks very similar to that image when Eren used his Titan Crystal ability the first time, back in the Uprising arc. So, could Isayama have been foreshadowing a possible connection? Maybe. Next, human Warhammer Titan ability, don't forget about the regeneration in human form. Most likely the Warhammer Titan sister has never been in much combat herself. The whole existence of the Warhammer Titan was mostly a mystery until the recent time skip. Although much like anyone who's a Titan shifter, they're bound to get hurt eventually, even if it's just a paper cut. On top of this, Mrs. Warhammer should have at least tested the powers a few times before going one-on-one versus Eren's Titan. Hopefully. As for any partial transformations for the Warhammer Titan, I go back to the previous tree mentioned. I'm like 50-50 as to whether that was a partial Titan transformation. Notably, the Warhammer Titan and the Tiber Lady did not move after using that move. If nothing else, it was at least Isayama doubling down on this Titan plant connection, as well as foreshadowing that big ass light tree in the Titan realm. Next Warhammer Titan ability, the Titan Memories, those being passed down. Willie claimed they were entrusted with a special knowledge via their Titan memories. These Titan memories that belonged to the Warhammer Titan knew the truth about the Great Titan War, and perhaps even more. For example, much earlier Titan history. Could the Tiber family have known the truth about their YMIR ancestor? Naturally, a certain person in the story should know about that too now. Anyway, getting into the weaknesses for this almighty Titan. The first obvious one is the huge energy requirement, which was actually confirmed recently by the Marley commander. It's almost guaranteed this guy got told by Willie Tiber or even the Tiber sister. Back in the attack on Marley, Eren noticed how the Warhammer Titan was out of gas. Otherwise, that silly crystal tree should have penetrated his own crystal and then neck. Keep in mind this was after the Warhammer Titan went Titan mode twice. Combine that with constantly healing and creating these several crystal weapons, the spikes, and other fun toys for her pleasure. In general, this huge energy requirement seems to actually be a common weakness for a good chunk of Titan shifters. For example, the massive energy requirement that hinders the Colossal Titan. Next Warhammer Titan weakness, that crystal underground. Combine this with actually having that core requirement. Personally, I'm just waiting for the WarHammer version 2.0 before upgrading. But seriously, that is one major weak spot out in the open. In some ways, it does help to balance out this almighty Titan. That said, notably, Eren has proven this core feature to be either optional, or just a combination of other Titans remove this feature and potential weakness. Next Titan weakness, possibly the Titan being slow. There has been some speculation about whether this Warhammer Titan is slower than other Titans, partially due to this huge energy requirement, combined with some lag when wielding those Titan crystals or weapons. For now, we really have to wait for the anime to fully show the Warhammer Titan moving. This thing potentially could be one of the slower Titans, right after the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan. And then the ultimate Titan weakness, the Curse of Ymir. Similar to every Titan shifter, every current Warhammer Titan will die 13 years after taking on the powers. Specifically for the Warhammer Titan, supposedly the special Titan has been constantly held by the Tiber family. This could have been ever since the original Titan girl died and then the powers were split. Next up, like previously mentioned, the Tiber family was the one responsible for the Warhammer Titan powers. It was originally thought that Willy Tiber was currently the Warhammer Titan. In reality, the Tiber sister, also known as Willy's sister, was the Warhammer Titan. Her name is currently still unknown. As for the current Warhammer Titan holder, that would actually be Eren Yeager. Eren actually ate Willy Tiber in hopes of stealing the Warhammer Titan power. Like father, like son, I guess. Naturally, that was all false information in hopes of drawing Eren out into the open. Bum Eren then took on the Warhammer Titan until reinforcements arrived. Thankfully, Eren managed to cleverly abuse the Jaws Titan mouth to crush down on the Warhammer Titan crystal. He turned the Tiber lady into a very delicious smoothie. So creamy. Eren later revealed to Hange that he intentionally stole the Warhammer Titan powers in hopes of gaining this alternative option to protecting Paradise Island from the rest of the world. To what extent this is true is still a mystery. Basing this on the current manga events, most likely there is at least some truth to this. Naturally, the Warhammer Titan won't actually debut in the anime until Attack on Titan Season 4. However, the Attack on Titan final exhibition here in Japan showed off an early preview of this. This showed up the upcoming Attack on Marley arc, which included Eren versus the Warhammer Titan. They even included this mysterious person. They gave a speech about how much of a devil Eren was. Oh, so much frigging teasing. As for a plausible theory about this Warhammer Titan, which goes back to his full Crystal Alchemist abilities. He found out about the Tiber family keeping this great secret with the Eldian king. Wouldn't it have been appropriate if the Warhammer Titan was actually used to help create the walls? Naturally, you would have had the founding Titan commanding all those Colossal Titans to get super hard to cover themselves in Titan Crystal. However, you actually had to add some fine-grained structure to those walls. Could the Warhammer Titan have been part of this? I mean, who else would have been perfectly suited for the job? Next up, how does the Warhammer Titan compare to the other Titans? Can any other single special Titan have any hopes of beating the Titan best suited for combat? And I do mean solo, no external help. This means no Ackerman, no Mikasa, and definitely no last minute Gabby hacks. Technically, you've really only seen the Warhammer Titan versus the Attack Titan. And yes, a lot of you will instantly give this one to Eren. But did he really? The Warhammer Titan was easily able to penetrate Eren. That first Attack Titan transformation got completely wrecked. You do have to give Eren credit for putting 2 and 2 together, finding that Warhammer Titan crystal underground. Although, that was really only after Eren's booty call was distracting the Warhammer. I'm sure Eren would have eventually noticed this very obvious cord sticking out from the ground. Although getting close to it definitely would have been a different story. Ultimately, it was still Eren using the Jaws Titan, Claw, and Mouth to finish off the Warhammer Titan completely. So, Warhammer Titan versus Attack Titan? If no interference, this would definitely be a close battle, although I'm definitely leaning towards the Warhammer Titan. What do you think? Who would win solo? Next up, the Warhammer Titan versus the Jaws Titan. With this one, you actually have the Titan with the mouth and claws that could actually penetrate the Tiber lady. Ironically, this may even be a closer match compared to the Attack Titan fight. Ultimately, it depends on so many factors, like the environment, the Jaws Titan holder, did any Titan get caught by surprise, and so on. Speed would definitely be on the Jaws Titan side. Although on the flip side, the Warhammer Titan really only needs to get one good hit in and it's game over. Next up, the Warhammer Titan versus the Jaws Titan plus Armored Titan. And yes, this is totally not fair, but it is worth mentioning. In the recent manga, you actually had Eren as the Warhammer Titan spamming that crystal ability while in his Attack Titan form. Eren here was easily able to liquefy these other two Titans. If only Eren wasn't on this Titan diet. Again, totally unfair since it's technically 3 titans that Eren has, although it does give you a little bit of a glimpse of what the WarHammer Titan would do versus the Jaws Titan and or Armor Titan. By the way, really quickly, in case you're looking for another juicy anime video, I just released my summer anime video going over every summer anime. That gives you a quick overview and my thoughts on 20 summer anime. Go ahead and check that out. But anyway, more important, let me hear your Attack on Titan thoughts. Which special titan is the best one? Do you think the WarHammer Titan is too overpowered? And if you had to pick one special ability, which one would you choose? Never mind the curse. Go ahead and check out my recent Attack on Titan videos or my other special videos going over the special titans, and I'll see you guys later.